Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith reveals exactly what he expects the quarterback to do in his offense. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for every Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates, and also like the video. Let's get right back into it. Looking back at Arthur Smith's interview with Steelers.com, he explained exactly what the quarterback needs to do to succeed in his system. And when the quarterbacks actually do what needs to be done, it tends to work out for them. For example, Pittsburgh Steelers' newest offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, led quarterback Ryan Tannehill to career best numbers when he was the offense coordinator with the Tennessee Titans from 2019 to 2020. That's what the Steelers are hoping Smith can do to kind of resurrect Russell Wilson's career, or maybe even help develop Justin Fields. Before Arthur Smith got his hands on Ryan Tannehill was considered a first-round bust with the Miami Dolphins. But then his career got turned around as Tannehill had an over 100 passer rating in both 2019 and 2020 and recorded a remarkable 55-13 touchdown to interception ratio over the 2-year span. And then go figure, once Arthur Smith leaves Tennessee Titans, Ryan Tannehill's career went back to being kind of average. So, looking at Atlanta Falcons, Arthur Smith did not succeed as much in his role in kind of developing Desmond Ridder or kind of resurrecting Marcus Mariota's career, but hopefully the Steelers offensive coordinator now, it turns out to be the kind of the stint that happened in Tennessee and not the stint that happened with the Falcons. So looking at his interview in which he did, what did he exactly say that he expects from the quarterback position? Well, here's his quote. "I've been fortunate. I've worked with a lot of different quarterbacks at different parts of their career. Like with Ryan Tannehill, he was at a different part of his career than Matt Ryan was when I got to work with Matt, and worked well with young quarterbacks as well. And it's exciting to hear the way that this offense is built with a lot of young players around the quarterback. And with the quarterback, it's about being efficient, being able to get the ball out of their hand and making a smart decision, getting the ball in the playmaker's hand and taking care of the football. There's a lot of things that come up in the responsibility of playing quarterback in the National Football League because there's pressure situations. They happen all game, and having command of those situations and ultimately putting the ball in the end zone, whether it's through the air, handoff, or running it. But there's a lot on him. There's natural evolution that happens with the quarterback. There's a relationship that got to be built between me and the quarterback. That's so paramount between the play caller and the quarterback. There's a trust that's got to be built daily, and it goes both ways. I've got to earn the quarterback's trust, and vice versa, as we build this offense and all the things we want to work on, and we want him to work on and take command of this offense." End quote. So, Arthur Smith, that's what he explains that he expects from the quarterback position, being a smart decision maker, not making too many mistakes, but also ultimately just putting the ball in the end zone and resulting in touchdowns. But obviously he knows that he has to build that relationship with the QB. He talked about all the young playmakers around this team and how as a QB, you have to be quick. You have to make the QB make quick decisions and get the ball out of their hands fast, especially with the young players, the speed on offense, just to get it into the playmaker's hand. Yes, at some point you want to take shots down the field, but the most important part is just at least getting the ball into the playmaker's hand and letting them make plays after the catch. He talked about himself working with Matt Ryan towards the end of his career, and he also talked about working with quarterback like Ryan Tannehill. So if you look at where Russell Wilson is in the landscape between Matt Ryan and Ryan Tannehill, when you have to see which side of the spectrum would he land on, he's more closer to the Ryan Tannehill side than the Matt Ryan side. Matt Ryan was in like the final years of his career, knowing that he's basically not the same quarterback that he used to be. He can't throw the football as well as he used to. He's more on a Ryan Tannehill side where he just needs a play caller. He just needs a team to trust in him, and he just kind of needs a resurrection of his career. Because he's still only 35 years old, it's not like he can't push the ball down the field anymore. His arm isn't completely gone. He could still run the football. He could still escape of the pocket when needed, as we've seen with the Broncos. So he's not a Matt Ryan type of situation. He's more of a Ryan Tannehill. And it's not like Russell Wilson is a quarterback that makes many mistakes either. Just like Arthur Smith said, he needs a quarterback to make quick decisions but be smart with the football and protect it. Well, that's what Russell Wilson did last season. That's what he's done throughout his career. He put up, nearly 30 touchdowns last season, having less than 15 interceptions. Having a better than 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio is always a good thing. So Russell Wilson does take care of the football, and that's already something to check off in that case. On the other hand, Justin Fields, he is the quarterback who was one of the most turnover-prone quarterbacks in the league last season and just has been throughout his career. But I said this in previous videos, Justin Fields had to be the superhero of his team. If he was not the main person, the main character on his team, going out there and rushing for over 100 yards, throwing for 300 yards, put up multiple touchdowns, the team had no chance of winning. So he had to be that superhero, be Superman every single time he touched the football on offense. And he had to do everything in his possible powers to get the ball in the end zone, whether that be scrambling, breaking tackles. His offense line was terrible. How many times did he had to run around and just find something and make it happen himself? So obviously when you're doing that all game long, you're going to have to commit some turnovers, especially against a defense that's going up against is elite. So turnovers happen, but you were seeing it late towards the end of last season and even late towards the end of 2 seasons ago. Justin Fields led his team to great records down the stretch, so he was able to be that main character on his team. So obviously if he has a lesser role on the Steelers, or even if he doesn't play, but just say he has a lesser role in the Steelers when he does end up playing, he won't have to be the superhero of the team. He won't have to make all those plays every single time in order for his team to win. He has a running game. He has George Pickens. He has a really good defense. So turnovers go down when those situations aren't as much. And I believe when Arthur Smith was talking about getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands fast with a young offense being surrounded the quarterback, I believe he was more talking about a quarterback like Justin Fields, who is younger as well, and those decision making has to be quicker. But when he's talking about getting the ball in the end zone and things like that, he's probably more talking about a detailed and veteran quarterback like Russell Wilson. But all in all, based off Arthur Smith's comments, based off what do we need from the quarterback? Well, in my eyes, what we need from the quarterback is to just do their job and make the throws that are routinely. Mike Tomlin always says, make the routine plays routinely, and that's what we need from the quarterback position. We also need something extra sometimes, but more than likely, it's still going to be relying on the running game, getting the ball to George Pickens, and this defense is still elite as long as we have TJ Watt here. So, the Steelers, that's always been their kind of motto, run game, defense, and the quarterback just needs to do the job and not commit turnovers. This offense does not have to be scoring 30 points every game. This offense just needs to be able to get out of that 14 range that we've been stuck in for the last couple seasons. As long as we're in the 20s, as long as we're helping out the defense, this team should be fine and be able to make that playoff push. Because the past years, the offense was stuck between the 14 points per game range. And that's absolutely so hard to stop every other team for the defense. The defense has to limit a team knowing that they can't give up more than 14 points. But when you're scoring at least in the 20s, it allows defense room to make mistakes. So this offense just needs to help this defense. The quarterback needs to get the ball to the receivers like George Pickens, the running backs, and everything like Arthur Smith said, just get the ball in the end zone. Don't make mistakes, and the team could take it the rest. So that's what Arthur Smith expects from his quarterback position, and that's what I expect the quarterback to do as well. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on this topic about Arthur Smith explaining in detail what he wants from the quarterback. Do you believe Russell Wilson and Justin Fields could get the job done there? And also, who would you rather be the starter? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And also turn on notifications and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on anything Steelers, whether that's updates, news, breaking news, rumors, highlights, analysis, reactions, everything like that. I covered all of free agency and every pickup that we made. I did introductions for all of them. They're on the channel. And also, as the draft is right around the corner next week, I'm covering every new player we get as well and everything going on with that. So if you want to stay updated with everything Steelers, want to listen to it and not read it, this is a spot for you. Turn notifications, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.